bonus video. As the heading suggests, I am starting a Patron. It's been several years in the making of just kind of convincing myself that I can do a Patron and that I will. So for those of you who are here on Patreon and decided to click on this video to find out a little bit more, I thought I would just introduce myself really quickly. My name is Alexandra Cook. I'm an illustrator and textiles designer based here in London. Most of you are probably here because you know me from Instagram or maybe on here on YouTube. I have a Behance as well, maybe you've found me through that. If you're new to this website, a Patron is a subscription service. Lots of artists use it, but I think a lot of other creative people also use this website as a more personal way of engaging with you guys, their followers, and offering a behind the scenes look. So you can subscribe to my channel here on Patreon, and each month you will receive bonus content, digital or physical rewards. And the best thing is you can join or leave anytime, so there's no pressure to stick around if you don't wanna, or if you just wanna dip your toe in a couple of months of the year. That's what's great about Patreon. It can be easily controlled by the subscriber. So why have I started a Patreon, you might be asking? Basically, I have kind of been thinking about starting a Patreon for several years now, and I always had a really silly reason to, I guess, get cold feet and be like, oh, I don't know if I could commit to doing that every month. Will I let loads of people down? But I've riled myself up now and realized that all those worries and anxieties I had about starting a Patreon are really silly, and I can just learn along the way, and I'm sure I'll do a good job, I hope. Please bear with me in the first few months. So I've pretty much been mainly focused on only sort of one social media platform for a very long time, and that's been Instagram. And for a long time that was really great and served me really well. But I really feel like in the last couple years that in the change of, you know, the Instagram algorithm and all that stuff that you hear people talk about all the time that's really boring and I'm not really going to get into, I really felt that I was kind of putting all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. And perhaps I need to branch out a little bit more and see what else the internet has to offer. Technically, when I started my YouTube account, I also wanted to start my Patreon account back then, but I very quickly realized that was really biting off more than I could chew at the time. But now I've got a nice comfortable rhythm with YouTube and Instagram and my commission work and my shop, as well as running a small business shop. I thought Patreon would be a really nice thing to hopefully try and grow with you guys as a way to allow myself to maybe take a break from my shop, kind of guilt-free every now and again, and just balance out my work life in a kind of more rounded way. So how does my Patreon work? Let's get down to the basics. My first tier is the main tier. It's my lowest pricing tier, and it is digital rewards only. Essentially like a tipping jar. It's basically there so if you feel like supporting me, don't want to spend too much, you won't receive any physical rewards, but you will get a bunch of digital content throughout the month from me. Super random stuff like sketches and maybe a monthly life or work update. So thank you so much. That's what that one's for. And my other reward tiers, they are physical reward tiers. Each month you will receive a physical reward from me in the mail to you. In the first half of the month, I will be designing those items and then getting them manufactured. From the middle to the end of the month, I will be packing and shipping those orders to you. These are sent via snail mail, so just small little envelopes sent in the slow mail. International patrons are welcome for all my reward tiers. You can join any month's reward system any time of the month. If you decide to become a patron in the beginning of the month, within the first week, you will definitely get that month's reward. If you decide to subscribe towards the mid to late half of the month, your rewards will start to be processed after the first of the next month. You might have missed my shipping deadline for that month, but don't worry, that doesn't mean you're going to miss out. I will send you 2 months worth of reward products in one envelope. I will just ship them out at the same time. So for example, if you decide to subscribe to my channel on March 24th, in April you will get 2 rewards because you technically started in the month before. And after this, you get charged on the 1st of every month. So if you did start subscribing on the 24th of March, Patreon will charge you on the 24th and it will also charge you on the 1st. So you end up paying for 2 months worth of subscription in a very short period of time. This is a weird payment system I find on Patreon that for some reason I confirmed on Patreon and now I can't change. So as a heads up, if you're a new subscriber and you subscribe at the end of the month and the next month you get 2 rewards in the post mailed to you at the same time. Let's say if I haven't ordered enough and I don't have any left over, I will give you a postcard from a previous month of ones I do have leftovers. So that first reward might not be from that specifically that previous month. It might be from a random other month that I have leftover stock. And if that's sounds kind of complicated because I'm terrible at explaining things, please feel free to send me a message if you have any questions about my Patreon reward systems. I hope you're as excited as I am to join me on my Patreon journey. I am very nervous and I'm very excited to meet all of you guys. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching and thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for showing an interest in my Patreon, and I hope we can have a lot of fun on here. Have a great day. Thanks guys, Janet, bye.